Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Popchyk, I'm a cartoonist and currently a tattoo apprentice, and as a side hustle I run an Etsy shop called Ghastly Gorgeous Gifts. I make handmade greeting cards, fine art prints, hair accessories, candles and voodoo dolls. And today I'm going to show you how to make this devilish little rogue.
Mr. Voodoo.
He's guaranteed to give you hours of fun and somebody else a lifetime of misery. So, let's get on with it. By the way, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow. And obviously I really appreciate it, so thank you. So what you're going to need is a rotary cutter, fabric ruler, scissors, measuring tape, thick cotton, wax coated thread, a button, red felt, pins and knit and needle, invisible thread, sewing needle, an iron, sewing machine and cotton, calico fabric, natural wool stuffing and a template. So first I take my calico fabric, fold it over and then cut it roughly about 14 inches by 9 inches. Give it an iron to get those wrinkles out. Then take your template and draw around it with a pencil. I'm not going to add the horns on this voodoo doll, so I'm just going to ignore them and just fill in them gaps. Stick some pins in it to keep it together and then cut out the template. Now remove the pins from the head, the upper body and the right arm. So this is where we can now get really creative. Let's add the eyes and the mouth. Obviously you can add anything you like, but I just like to keep it simple. Grab your button and sew it on using thick cotton. Then with your wax coated thread, sew an X for the other eye and then sew 3 lines for the mouth, and then I like to add 5 stitches over the mouth. Make sure you tie all the loose ends at the back. Grab your red felt and draw a heart. Place it over the chest and using your wax coated thread, sew it onto the fabric. Don't worry about being too neat, it's supposed to look a bit crude and haggard. Now place back all the pins to keep the fabric together. This is where I like to add my brand tag, but obviously if you don't have one, just skip this step. I like to place the tag on the leg, so make sure the writing of the tag is going inside the fabric, because in the end it's going to be turned inside out. Now let's go on to the sewing machine. So starting at the tag, make sure to back tack, then begin sewing roughly a 5mm seam allowance and continue sewing all around the entire doll. This is very intricate, so make sure to be very careful, but most importantly, take your time with it. Make sure to stop at any sharp corners, needle down and then twist the fabric. Keep going until you reach where you started off. Remember to back tack to lock in them stitches. Now take your scissors and trim up all your loose ends. Now on the back of Mr. Voodoo, cut a line. Be really careful here to not cut the opposite fabric or any of the stitches. So just go really slowly and be careful. Trim the fabric down on the legs and the arms. You kind of want to round them off a little bit, but just make sure to not cut into the stitch line. Just take your time. Now grab your knit and needle and turn the fabric inside out. This is so tedious, but have some patience and just be gentle. Don't get too frustrated. Just go slow and try and get those little arms and legs all popped out as best you can. It should now look something like this, poor little thing. Let's put some life into
Mr. Voodoo.
And this is where we begin stuffing him with wool. I prefer to use natural wool than synthetic wool because it's animal cruelty free and it's just 100% natural. Plus it's got kind of a rustic smell to it that just gives it that voodoo vibe. So begin stuffing the head and then move on to the legs and the arms and then eventually the torso. It's quite crazy the amount of stuffing it takes to fill up Mr. Voodoo, so don't be afraid to just use plenty of stuffing. Again, this is so tedious, but remember, it'll be worth it in the end. There you go. Now let's stitch up that slit in the back. I like to secure this opening with my invisible thread. It just keeps it together nice. Now with the thick black cotton, I like to finish it off with a corset type stitch. Then finish it off by tying off the ends. I also like to finish him off with a hangman's noose. And now say hello
To Mr. Voodoo. It's alive!
Grab some pins, pick someone who's got it coming, and start inflicting some pain. I'm only joking. So there you have it, Mr. Voodoo. I hope you enjoy making your own, and if you don't feel like making your own, just head over to my shop on Etsy, Ghastly Gorgeous Gifts, and I'll be happy to send you one out. Till next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.